This video was edited and then more shit came out. I'm gonna do a little Zach Morris time in, time out when needed. Cool? Great. Go. So, have probably rewritten this video a bunch of times in the last week. I'm just gonna change what I'm doing. I did want to re-examine the nominations that Emilia Perez got and kind of explain why I don't think it's a good nomination for that film. But after this week, when it's all come out that Jacques Audiard has said, when asked how much he did research for Emilia Perez, he said, and I quote, "I didn't study much. I kind of already knew what I had to understand." And then it came out that he said about the Spanish language, Spanish is a language of modest countries, of developing countries, of the poor and migrants. Also chose not to film in Mexico and then chose to film in France after saying he did not think he could get the type of shots he wanted in Mexico, and stereotyping Mexican culture in general, that Jacques Audiard has very publicly, very aggressively distanced himself from Karla Sofía Gascón, and then proceeded to do an interview where he said he doesn't understand why it's getting backlash and that the audience isn't watching the film the right way. Maybe you're just a bad director and a screenwriter. Think about that. Austin Burke actually does a really great job analyzing what Jacques Audiard has done today, so I'm going to put that in the description as well, a link to his video. And then, on top of all that, it comes out Karla Sofía Gascón is a terrible person. Tweets that are not that old resurfaced that she basically said, "I do not understand so much World War against Hitler. He simply had his opinions of Jews, and I guess that's how it goes. Of the COVID vaccine, the Chinese vaccine, apart from a mandatory chip, comes with 2 spring rolls, a cat that moves its hand, 2 plastic flowers, a pop-up lantern, 3 telephone lines, and €1 for your first controlled purchase," with some emojis. About George Floyd, said, "I truly believe that very few people have ever cared about George Floyd, a drug addict and a hustler, but his death has served to highlight once again that there are those who still consider black people to be monkeys without rights, and those who consider police to be murderers, all wrong." And said, "Islam is becoming a hotbed of infection for humanity that urgently needs to be cured." Okay, these are just a few of the tweets that have been released. There's a lot more. I'm going to go ahead and put in the description the Film Drunk's analysis on the tweets because it gets a little bit more in depth. But please do your research because it is crazy. She's crazy. She did make some public apologies in the last couple of days, and each one seemed to be more haphazard and lazy and bad than the last one. So I no longer feel the need to validate why I'm replacing these nominations. I'm going to get rid of these shit nominations for Emilia Perez, and we're going to focus on some fun things. I was gonna leave its nomination for Best International Feature, but instead, you know what? I'm gonna nominate Johann Sacre Bleu, which is the revenge film from Mexico. I feel fine with that. I'm replacing its 2 song nominations with Compress, Repress from Challengers and Kiss the Sky from Wild Robot. These are better songs, better, more entertaining songs. And to go along with the score replacement, I'm gonna put Challengers in here because it is a actual physical crime that Challengers is not nominated. Academy, what are you doing? A personal attack on me is that The Substance was not nominated for sound. If you do not think the sound and The Substance powerfully affects how that movie feels, you are incorrect. Haunting and disgusting, and it perfectly encapsulates the story. Makeup is another one I was gonna leave. I was gonna leave it because the makeup in Emilia Perez is pretty good, but not anymore. So now I'm replacing it with Doom Part 2 because Doom Part 2 makeup is excellent, and how did that not get nominated? Replacing editing with Challengers, again, because that pacing of Challengers is relentless. That movie clips by so fast, and it is a large part to the editing. Why isn't it here? Cinematography, I'm gonna throw out kind of a wild one. I'm gonna replace this Emilia Perez nomination with The Substance because every shot is so exquisitely framed, just gives you the mood of this like horror, uneasy feeling, and it is so quality. I do feel bad replacing Zoe because Zoe is kind of an innocent bystander in a lot of this, but this is category fraud. Zoe Saldana is the lead of the movie. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace her with Margaret Qualley, who does fantastic work in The Substance. And this probably sounds like I'm heaping a lot of praise on The Substance, but it's deserved. Best Actress, Karla, you gotta go. And this is gonna be a little hotbed for y'all. I'm gonna put Lily Rose Depp in here for Nosferatu. I don't feel like horror performances get nominated enough, and this performance from her absolutely blew me away. Jacques Audiard, you're out of screenplay, you're out of director. No, you're kicked out of screenplay. I'm gonna put in, and again, controversial pick. I might be the only fan of it here, but I'm gonna put Hitman in Best Adapted Screenplay. As for Best Director, again, literal crime. How is Denis Villeneuve not here? What does he have to show you? Does he have to show you style? Done it. Does he have to show you world building? Done it. Does he have to show you character building? Done it. What is the problem? I feel rage. And of course, picture. I'm gonna put in challengers, or if you want, you can say Nosferatu. Either one of those is acceptable to me, as long as Emilia Perez is gone. I'm fine with almost any other pick, so just pick one. Okay, don't we all feel a little bit better inside? Wouldn't that be a little bit better world if those were nominated instead? We are in the darkest timeline. That's not even a new joke, but that's how sad we have become. There's no new jokes. I'm so ready for this award season to be over. I'm so sick of talking about these movies.